Hang on, I'm just sitting down and we're switching. Senator from Iowa.
Last week, a member of the Biden administration was confused, very confused, why Fox News is talking all the time about crime. That person is the press secretary to President Biden, Ms. Psaki. She said Americans care more about what is happening in their daily lives than what news says about crime. How much more out of touch could the Biden administration be? Crime is happening in Americans' daily lives all across America. Thousands more people a year are being murdered. Violent crime has increased for 2 years, and there's no sign of it slowing down. The administration's plan to fix the violent crime spike is merely another partisan gun control plan. That's what they think about, doing something about crime. Control the guns of people that abide by the law. It won't seriously reduce violent crime if you do that. It focuses on issues that make up only a tiny fraction of violent crimes, or maybe it doesn't contribute to the problem at all. For example, the administration wants to crack down on ghost guns, but ghost guns are involved in only a fraction of 1% of the crimes, particularly of the murders. Biden administration also wants to focus on the so-called iron pipeline, and that's blaming red states for guns in crime-ridden blue states. But on that issue, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, their data shows the guns used in blue city crimes usually come from that very same blue state. Finally, the Biden administration wants to focus on lawful gun sellers. But we have a Department of Justice study finding most crimes are committed with stolen guns from the black market. So, I worry about the Department of Justice could use efforts to reduce violent crime as a pretext to harass lawful gun dealers and owners. Gun sales have increased nationwide because Americans don't feel safe anymore. They feel the police are not proactively policing, so they get a gun to protect themselves. Honest people that don't break the law want to feel safe, and that makes them feel safe. I don't blame them for taking protection of their life and property into their hands. I've related recently about the increases in crime that have nothing to do with guns, and yet all we hear from this administration is about controlling guns. But what does that have to do? Gun control is not going to stop criminals from pushing people in front of subway trains. Gun control won't stop flash mobs from stealing goods from stores. It isn't going to stop the thieves from looting train yards, and you see evidence of this all the time on television, almost daily. People going into stores with bags, filling it up, and just think in San Francisco, some prosecutor said if you steal less than $950 dollars, you won't be prosecuted. So you wonder why people commit crime. If you aren't going to pay a penalty for it, why not do it? So the Biden administration is wasting precious resources and taxpayers' dollars on partisan pet projects of gun control. The Biden administration has ordered the Department of Justice to look like it is doing something without really doing anything at all. You know what Americans actually need to reduce violent crime? They need police forces empowered to do their jobs with the right resources and protections. Now, we hear the Biden administration just last week in New York saying it supports police. The president himself was up there. But a leaked executive order shows it wants to take away their non-lethal, life-saving tools and make it more difficult for police to get grants for funding. Americans also need responsible bail policies. They don't. These policies that, if they were responsible, wouldn't let dangerous criminals back out onto the streets to kill people. They need prosecutors who will actually do their job to keep violent criminals away from the vulnerable. The Biden administration has a chance to make a real difference in reducing violent crime. It's a shame that they're wasting their time and resources on a misleading message. When you see the prosecutors in Los Angeles and San Francisco listing a whole bunch of crimes that they're never going to prosecute, it just invites law-breaking. We need to stop this defund the police crusade. We need to step up prosecution. We need to eliminate progressive prosecutors. We need to make sure that people don't get bail if they're repeat criminals or a threat to society. In the final analysis, taxpayers are paying for public safety, but in some places in the United States, they aren't getting their money's worth for public safety they pay for. Government is set up to maintain public safety, and that's what we're all about, this war on crime, protecting the taxpayers, protecting every citizen, taxpayer or not. I yield.
Madam President.
The senator from